everyone, Clint here. Today I want to talk about a new case that I finally got in. It is the Galaxy Z Fold 3 thin fit S Pen case from Spigen. This was actually on back order for quite some time. It took a little while to get to me, but I've been pretty excited to try this case out. I want to be able to carry my S Pen with my Z Fold, which sometimes can be a little difficult since it doesn't go inside the phone itself. I did have a particular case for my S10 Ultra that also had this S Pen problem, and these cases all have put it on the side like this, which is what this one looks like it does too. The difference is, obviously, is this phone is significantly wider than the Z Fold, so I'm hoping that because the Z Fold is actually a narrow phone, this will be a little bit easier to use than this giant hand hold one from my my Ultra. All right, let's take a look at the box here. Pretty normal Spigen box. I believe this case was $45, and this is part of the Thin Fit series. Let's get it opened up. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, we got the case. It is a two-piece case, and then it's got some. It looks like, let's find out what these are. Hold on a second. Got some instructions on how to put the pen in. Some other stuff, and then stickers. So it looks like we got some two-sided tape, which makes me a little nervous. I don't like to have a case that often on my Fold because it is a little bit of a bigger phone, a little bit wider, so I have a tendency to not put a case on it. As you can see, I have a skin on it. It usually does the trick for me most of the time, but I do like to put a case on for certain things, and especially if it carries the S Pen, but that means I won't be able to take it on and off, and I'm not sure with all these sticky things on here if that's going to work out for me. Let's see. We take a look at it here. The inside here, it's a hard shell plastic. And as you can tell, there's lots of stickers. Wow, look at that, all over the place. This is the back, which usually fits pretty well. And then here's the front, and there we go. We got the S Pen holder here on the side. I usually almost never use a front case on my Z Fold. It makes it harder to use that front screen, but we'll see how this works. Again, and a lot of tape on this one here. Dang. Okay, let's see here. Let's put it on the phone real quick. Oops. There's the front. Maybe. There we go. All right. Got that on there now. Looking pretty big. All right, so yeah, as you can tell, with the phone without the back piece on there, it's pretty good size so far. Let's get the back piece on. Backwards, Clinton. Let's see here. Okay, it snaps right in there. There it goes. Right. All right. So now we got that. This is their thin fit. Seems a little thicker than what I would consider a thin fit, but let's see here. We got all the buttons shown here, and that's going to be really interesting because that's how you unlock the phone, is going to be right there. We'll see how that works out with the S Pen holder in the way. We got camera cutout, looks pretty good. That's a pretty interesting thing. We'll see what that little bump is for. Then a little Spigen right there. Oops. Look at the back there. That looks a little janky. I'm not sure why that looks like that. The holes line up really well. Speaker hole, looks like mic hole's good there. And the top, you know, it looks like it's bent or something. I'm not sure why that's doing that. And then you have a speaker hole here, microphone holes, and more microphone holes. And let's do what we need to do here and get this. And let's get this pen in here. Here we go. Let's see. Remember, you got a flat side to the pen. Not sure if that matters, if that goes in there a certain way. All right, let's see what we're going here. And drops it in there. Looks Looks like it fits the best with that, with the Samsung logo out. Let's try the other way. Oh yeah, it holds in there too, no problem. So I think you can probably just throw it in there, so you don't want to think about it too much when you're putting your S Pen in there. And that's what it looks with at in there. And it's a little wide. It's about makes it like normal phone width, which some people might like that because they don't like the narrowness of it. And you just take it out pretty easily. Not bad. Let's see what we got here. Let's open it up. Let's see how it looks here. And let's see here. So we got, looks like it lines up pretty good there. Looks like it lines up pretty good there. It's a little janky there at the top, and I'm not real sure if it's doing that because the stickers are not on there, so therefore it's not lining up perfectly right. We'll see how it works out. But in the hand, it feels pretty good. I like the way it feels, this actual extra piece here. And I'm a left-handed phone holder, so I like to use my right hand for all the action. So that feels pretty good for me. It feels just fine on this side too if you hold it with the right side. I think getting your pin out of here might be a little bit difficult. We'll see how it works out. But for right now, there you go. That's the first look. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this for a few days and see if I can handle it, the extra size compared to the regular phone. And I'll let you know when I get back to this video. Okay, I'm back. So I have put this case on for the last few days. So I think I can comment about it. And I think I'm going to start with the good stuff. First off, protection. It definitely protects the phone. You can tell it's pretty thick here on the sides and the corners, and your corners there are also pretty good. And I think it would definitely protect the phone if it fell. I did not drop it, so I'm not sure. But the next thing, probably the most important, is it holds the S Pen. And I know what you're thinking, Clint, duh. That's the whole point of the case. And I can't reiterate how good it is to have your S Pen with you. The S Pen is a great tool, especially for the Z Fold 3. I probably used this S Pen, I bet you 5 times in the last couple days. And that's compared to 0 times in probably the last couple weeks, just because I didn't have the pen with me. I can't reiterate, having that pen with us really makes you want to use it because it is pretty awesome. I wish Samsung would get that memo and put one in the phone. Okay, next thing that I think that is a definite plus is the way the pen is on the case. You can grab it easily with your right hand if you're right-handed. And if you're not right-handed, you just have to open it, and then you can grab it easily with your left hand, which I think is pretty good. That's pretty useful. And so you can just pull it out because you're getting ready to open it, and you use your pen. And then you can easily put it back in there depending how you want it in there. And speaking of that, it definitely holds well. It is in there, no problem. It holds the whole phone. Piece of cake. Easy to pull out, easy to put in. It's really good. I like it so far. Next thing I really like is, I think with any case, this one's no exception, is it's easier to open the case, right? Much easier to open the case. Samsung just, I don't know if they need to put something on their phone to help you get some grip on that. There's a lot of times I have to like jam my nail in there to get that open, but this is no problem. I mean, it's probably the easiest, fastest way to open a phone is when you have a case like this on. And with that little lippy thing right there, makes it even easier to grab, and bam, you got it going open. Next thing I really like, and this is kind of weird, I didn't think I was gonna like it, is this cutout right here. Makes it super easy to hit the target. So when you pull it out of your pocket, if you're a right-handy, you can just hit that unlock button pretty easily. I'm a left-hander, so it makes it a little bit more complicated for me. And so I always use my index finger, but man, with that being right there, it is super easy to just line that up and get that open on the first time. That's really good. Next thing that's awesome. Spigen's always thinking, and we talked about that when I did the unboxing, this little little nib right here. And what that little nib does is it makes this whole thing flat. And so when you're using it, and I used it a lot this direction, it doesn't bounce at all. There's no shake at all. You can write perfectly, get your pen out, and you don't have to worry about it shaking. That is awesome. I really like that that forethought there, and it does work good. It does work really well. I used it a lot. Lots of times I was on the work phone, you'd take notes, put it down, perfect, no problem. So that works great. So have the pen with you, great protection, works really good when it's flat, and I like the way it feels. That's definitely good. Downside, so obviously you can tell by just looking at it, it is big, really big. You feel it in your hand. It's not like crazy wide like the S20, S21 Ultra case. You can tell that that is like super wide compared to, but it's definitely wider than what you're used to. However, you get that little shelf in there to put your hand. I don't know if you're right-handed, then it makes it a little more convoluted. So it makes it wider than we're used to when we're using it without a case, and it is definitely a lot heavier. I definitely feel it. If you take a look at it, the way it fits in your pocket, I feel it in my pocket. I mean, it fits in there okay. I can get it in there, but it is definitely a little bulky. The other thing I didn't like about it is the raised part here on the front definitely makes the swiping a little bit more difficult. I had a hard time. I really have to think, and when I go back, use the back button, especially on this side, it's really convoluted. It's really difficult. It doesn't register a lot, and I don't think that's this case's problem. I think that's a lot of Z Fold cases have that problem, but that's definitely a downfall, I think. Second one is when you have it in your hand, these pieces here, here and here, and here and here, basically the cutouts are sharp, and they're really sharp here on this side with the pen. I'm not sure. You can definitely feel that in your hand. It's sharp, and when you put your thumb down here, which most of us do, right? That's probably how most of us hold a phone. It's super sharp right there. Like, that is like really sharp. I don't know why. I don't like it. But other than that, it worked pretty good. The only other thing problem I had is this: when you open this up, if you're not paying attention, it will pinch you because of that way that pops out there like that. It will pinch your palm, and I thought it was like a one-off, but it literally pinched my fingers twice. So I had that happen to me twice just in the 2 days. I'm now more cognizant. So I make sure that when I open it, my fingers are nowhere near that hinge part. But really, that's the only negatives. Wireless charging works fantastic. If you are definitely a case person and you have no problem carrying this case, or the size of this case, it is definitely advantageous to have that S Pen with you. It's really great. So I personally usually don't carry a case with my Z Fold, so this is definitely my opinion from someone that doesn't carry it. But if you carry one all the time, it's not bad. I don't know, I'm gonna toss it up in the air if I want to carry this all the time. The problem is, if you probably have noticed, I still haven't peeled the stickers off, so I haven't actually stuck it to this phone because I don't want to have a case that I have to have on all the time, because I do like to take it off if I'm going out somewhere. I know I don't really need the S Pen, so I want to take the case off. And that's one of the pros I didn't mention, is taking this case off is pretty easy without it stuck. You know, I'm not sure how it would be with it stuck on there, but because of this part right here, it's easy to pop that front part off. And then because it's thick enough, you can see how quickly it is. But now you can see how nice and slim the phone is without it. Not sure what we can do about that. Otherwise, if you're in the market for a case, I would recommend this one for the S Pen. It is a good case. I think it would work just fine for the purpose of it. I'm gonna now try a different kind of case, the one that has it on the back here, a little slot here to slide in the back. I want to try that next to see if I can do that. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to wear a case all the time, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for staying to the end of this. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.